Hello to all my friends out there so we can all enjoy my flowers for another day. And so I'm going to be doing some very, very cheap food because I think it is in our best interest to adapt, to adjust to the way things are, not to the way things were. So I hope everyone is doing okay. So what I'm doing is I'm doing everything I can to adjust now to the way things really are. So one of the things I'm doing is, for one thing, I'm trying to get my whole plate in the video. So what I want to do is I want to have some inexpensive meals, but I don't want to torture myself. And what I want to do, I've been buying these salad kits 50% off. I might have gotten this one at the food pantry. I'm not sure. It's still fine though. This is romaine. So I want half of my plate filled with lettuce. And then I want a quarter of my plate. This is one potato, and I grated it and I fried it. 1/4 of my plate with a carb, and then 1/4 of my plate with a protein. And so if you've been following me, you know about this. So say if your week is going on, you're running out of salad stuff. I got this salsa at the food bank, so I'm going to use this. But if I didn't have this, I think I'm going to buy these. I could use regular salsa, and it's really kind of tasty on a salad. So if you don't have tomatoes and cucumbers and everything to go on your salad. And then what is really, really tasty is just some Parmesan cheese. So this is a dirt cheap meal. Very dirt cheap. Okay, so now I want to talk to you guys about something. Okay, you may have noticed that the stock market has gone down, and you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with me? I am a pretty poor person, and I don't even have any stocks. Well, it's quite possible it might affect everyone, including the lower class, if you should be unfortunate enough to find yourself in it. So if you don't have any vegetables, you can use ketchup as a vegetable. I hope we never need to, but you never know. And I find the best deal on mustard is Walmart. So this is a pretty decent meal. I'm not going to be starving out. Of course not. Okay, what exactly is an economic shift? Economic change is a shift in the structure of the economic system. This results in changes to societies, cultures, and everyday life on a global or national basis. Okay, here's where it can come in if you're on the lower class. Low and middle income economies are in general poorly positioned to adapt to the coming disruptions, because you're already just barely getting by. Like me, I had 10% of my income removed. And somebody said, well, weren't you expecting it? Well, I really wasn't, because I was already on Medi-Cal, and I didn't expect them to put me on Medicare and make me even worse. But that's what happened. The numbers moving from the low class to middle income and then to a high income status is already limited and could dwindle. So what we're going to have is the rich people, and we're going to have the poor people. So now what is causing this? Well, one of the things that's causing the stock market to plunge is the coronavirus. It's affecting travel, it's affecting trade, it's affecting all kinds of things. So multiple market measures indicate an economic slowdown. Okay, Alan Greenspan, who is a very reliable source, aired Tuesday, said he would be surprised to see the market stabilize. So one of the things that's causing problems is the war on China, or call it what you want, but they don't want to pay the tariffs. And what they really want to do is they really want to dominate the global economy. But they, in my opinion, they have lost the trade war, but they don't actually see it that way. Possible this, and then I like possible. Oh, where's my dill pickles? Well, I guess I'm having sweet. Anyway, so part of this stock market plunge could be caused from the Chinese pulling out money. So, okay, the impact, and, okay, so we got the Chinese problem. We got the impact on farmers from the crappy weather, which makes the public nervous because of increased prices. So we can expect increased prices in food. I mean, to me, I think that would be expected. Also, there's slowed economic growth in Europe. Okay, so now what they want us to accept is there will be an increasing interconnected relationship. Ever-changing rules for conduct in business across borders. Like rules are for other people, like us, but not for them. Okay, now here's the part that could be troublesome if you're poor. Dispersion of economic power. Evolution of state-directed growth models. Disruption felt by business from the U.S. dollar is losing exclusive position as the world's reserve of currency, and China is trying to dominate. Also, Latin America has strong trading power, and Russia. Now, here is the bad part. Welfare-oriented capitalism, widening the gap between rich and poor. Isn't that what happened when I had to go to the food bank? Wasn't I on really a welfare-oriented system? Yes. Okay, so now you're going, well, yeah, that's very crappy. Yes, that is. I can understand this model because, I work the Asian shops, but I was also raised a Mormon, and we are very thrifty by nature. Okay, so now what can we do? Here's what I can do. I don't know what we can do, but this is what I can do. Discontinue all spending. When I was working in unstable shops, I could discontinue all spending for months and months and months. Conserve gas. The price of gas is going up, so we got to conserve our gas. Hang your clothes to dry. That will save a little money. Go to food pantries or food banks. Why? So you can save some money. And why? So you can have some decent food. Cook at home. It's safer anyway. You know whose hands it's been touching your food, and it's cheaper. Find markdown items and drastically reduced items. I started the dented can thing months ago, and I have bought tons of them. Buy clothes at a thrift store, and what I'm doing is I'm buying clothes for about 2 years. Okay, I usually buy 3 shirts and 2 pants for 3 months. And I was trying to do the math on this, and I said to my son, I'm so stupid. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, so for 2, we have 16 pants, and we have 24 shirts, and pretty much at a thrift store. I got some very successful deals around Christmas. So I will find 2 years of clothes, and then clothes will not be an issue. I can't be going around naked. Reduce utilities. I don't care what it takes. Just reduce them. Try to grow food. That is very important. That is not a joke. Dehydrate and can. I'm having enough problems with dehydration. Save all the money you can now. Okay, now when I was working in Asian shops, and I am not kidding you guys, if you don't know any, they would live like paupers and hoard their money. But then like once a year they'd go on lavish vacations, or else they would like, you know, the extreme thriftiness I think gets to you, and they would like lease cars. And so what you want to do is you want to be cheap, but not to the point that you're going to freak out. But you know, everybody has their own methods. It works for them. Save all the money you can. Stockpile all the food you can. Okay, so now what I started on this channel is meat, and you find your meat 99 cents a pound or less. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, canned vegetables, fruit, and basically milk. And that is gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to survive. And I have done lots of videos. This is a pretty decent meal, and it's dirt cheap. Now, one of the followers asked me, can you make a cheap dessert? And I said, of course. This is an apple pudding, and this is yummy, you guys. I'm going to give you the recipe in a minute. This is an old-fashioned recipe, but this is good. And to warn you, it makes a lot. So if you're going to make this, you got to know it's going to make a lot. So the reason I wanted to make this is because I have a lot of apples. In fact, I had so many apples, I made a little batch of applesauce. And that will be good on my pancakes, or, you know, just for eating on yogurt. I'll get a piece in the middle so I can show you how delicious this is. Yummy. Okay. See that? Now, what is super delicious about this is it comes with a sauce. You can pour it on top. I only made half a batch because the cake itself was such a big batch. I thought I don't want sauce hanging around. I can always make some more sauce. You don't really even need sauce, but sauce is very, very yummy. Look at this. You guys gotta make this. This is apple pudding, and it's cheap too. Yummy. Now, I want to give you the recipe, but of course I have tricks. Apple pudding, 1 cup granulated sugar, and 1/4 cup butter. So what did I do? I made my own butter. And all I did was I bought some heavy cream at 99 cents only, and I said every store but. I put it in the blender. I blended it until it turned into butter, and then I put it in my refrigerator. Let me see if I can find a little piece to show you. It's very, here's some. I kept, see, here's my homemade butter. It's very, very easy to make. Okay, if you learn how to make butter and you save your bacon fat, here's a piece, see? It was frozen. You save your bacon fat. You want to stockpile shortening as best as you can. Okay, now, I had a lot of eggs because I got eggs at the food pantry. So I beat the 2 eggs, and I put all the spices, which are only 3, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and baking soda in the eggs. Then I mixed that in my butter and sugar mixture. And then I added 1 cup flour right here. Now, what I did, I didn't like pulverize my mixture. I mixed it together like a cake mix. I mix everything by hand. It makes all the difference. And then I had 3 chopped apples, but my apples were big, and when I added them to my mixture, I could see I had too many apples. Okay, and I baked at 350. I don't know that it was 30 minutes until A knife came out clean. For the sauce, I made half a batch, but it would be 1/2 cup butter. I use canned milk, 1/2 cup, 1 cup granulated sugar, pinch of salt. But then I use Mexican vanilla. That's why my sauce is kind of brown. So those are my strategies. Now I guarantee you that an economic shift is a recession, you guys. That is a fancy word for a recession. I've been through several. I know exactly what to do. And I just told you guys what I do. Okay, you guys, if you have any brilliant ideas as to what we should do or what you're doing, please leave it under comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.